Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman, and I want to welcome you if you are watching us on whatever platform you're watching or audio platform that you're listening. Right now, we are streaming live on YouTube, Rumble, X, and BitChute. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to welcome you to post, a hello or something in the comments. I would love to chat with you. Hello, Robert and Richard. I see you're here. Welcome. Please hit the like, thumbs up button. Please share the show information, share the show, the videos. And also, we're very appreciative when you do that. It's really nice, to share our information. Hello, Laura and Jill and Roy over on Rumble. Welcome. And before I bring out my special guest, I do have some announcements. You guys can check out my website, ruthsoltman.com. It's RUTH, S as in Sam, OL, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, N as in Nancy.com. And you can find out about my oracle cards, my services, my books. Now, right now, I am still working on this thing. I have worked on it since last we met, every single day, and I was having some pretty big issues, but I pretty much have most of them resolved. I was having a big issue with calculating shipping for some of my products, but I figured out a way around that by offering free shipping. So that will be back up and running tomorrow. And I do have some holiday specials on there. I have one whole page, if you hit the tabs at the top, one whole page that's holiday special. So you can check those out. If you haven't already, come join our Goldylocks group on Telegram. It's so much fun, so much information that we share. And, it was nice we could keep in touch over the Thanksgiving break. And now we're going to be coming into the Holy Days break in December, and we're going to be gone for, I think it's a couple of weeks or so, and it's a great way to stay connected with us. Now, in order to tap into that, there is a link that is by invitation only, and it does show up in the show description for all of the shows. And there's also the QR code that you can click on to get into that group. You do have to have a Rumble account, but, that's pretty simple. So I hope you will join us over there. And Goldylocks Productions has so much great merchandise for sale that you can go and purchase. Makes great Christmas presents, oracle cards as well. You've seen us use them on all of our shows. They're absolutely gorgeous. This Saturday, the December 6th, is the next spiritual message circle. So I hope you can come and join us for that. We do have 2 this month. The next one is, I believe, the 20th, and that will be our last day before break. So put that on your calendar. Come and get a message, for the end of the year. And hi, Robin. And also you can, let's see, what am I thinking? Yeah. So if you don't know how the Spiritual Message Circle works, I know we have so many new viewers and listeners, for a donation of $20 or more, you can donate more. Some people do. You get to get a message from all of the show hosts that are present that night. And, we all try to make it. Sometimes, we have previous engagements or something. But, it's kind of fun to just even see who's going to show up. So even if you don't want to get a paid message, come and check it out. The show is so much fun. And if you feel moved to do so, you can give a tip or a donation via my Venmo or Rumble Rant on Rumble. They're very much appreciated. I want to wish a very happy birthday to my granddaughter, Harley. Yes, I did wish her one last week. It's not a deja vu. But she turned 16 yesterday, and what a special age that is for a girl. So I just want to say happy birthday to her again. Hi, Carol Ann, and a happy birthday to everyone who is celebrating this week. Enjoy your special day. So let's send out some love, light, and healing energy. I know we all need some. But let's especially remember Robin McGuire and her son, Carol Ann Carey's daughter, Carrie, and Carol Ann's sister, Ginny, Joyce and Maureen, Brandon and Jamie, Heidi and William, Tommy and Josh, Harley and Patty, Sarah and her family, Jamie, Patricia, Melissa Parks and her family, Devin, Jill, Roy, Laura and her husband, Tiffany, George and their family, Carol, Susan, Bob, Diane, Julie and their families, and to all those who are in need or just need a little bit extra right now. So sometimes, people don't like to make it known that they're in need. So that's why I like to just send it out to everyone. So that, they can accept it or reject it. It's up to them. They don't have to accept our healing energy. But, if people are in need and maybe they're just a little bit shy or bashful about asking for help, then it's there for them. Hi, Patty. Okay, so Laura just sent me a message that you can't get on my website. Nope, it's right at this moment, it's down. I figured out my way to fix my issue, and it's going to be back up either tonight or in the morning, depending on how tired I am after my show. But thanks for letting me know. And like I said, there are a lot of specials on there. So I hope you guys will check that out. And I'm still going to be adding some more within, the next few days as well. It's quite a chore trying to take pictures of things. And, I'm one of those people that I have to take like 5 or 6 pictures to find one that's not half bad. So not only is it the same with a selfie, but it's the same when I take any kind of picture. So, you got to have the light just right, or they don't look right when you try to put them online. And remember to catch all of our shows Sunday through Friday, every night at 8 p.m. And then we have 3 daytime shows. Marcia Culver's The Mile is on Wednesdays at I guess it'd be 1 p.m. Eastern. And that is an audio only show. You get a number to call in. And that show has been absolutely amazing. Today, Melissa Parks was her special guest, and we learned so much about Melissa. So it was really awesome. And then the other 2 daytime shows are Laura Ramiro's Angels and Healing Light, which she had her show yesterday, and Aleph show Musical Life on Thursdays, and both of them will be back in January. Now, I have to say, during the day, things can get kind of crazy and chaotic for me. I have my grandson is 2.5, and, trying to get stuff done and, do stuff with him. And it's easy to forget stuff. It's easy to, look at the clock. Oh, no, the show started 30 minutes ago. So I always set an alarm. That's how I've always been able to make the shows. And I'm really glad that I learned that lesson, because I would have missed out on Laura's show yesterday if I wouldn't have had my alarm set. So, because I didn't realize that it was already December. So anyway, just a little, life hack for you. Set an alarm to go off on your phone for those important things you don't want to miss. And, there's many ways you can support this show and all of our shows. You can share the link. You can give it a thumbs up. You can write a review. And if you do write a review, you can send that directly to Tiffany, and she will put it on her website. And her email is I'm going to spell it out for you. Hi, Melissa. It is GNOSTICHEALING 37@gmail.com. Another way you can help support our shows is by sponsoring a show. And you'd have to get in touch with Tiffany about how to do that. But if you have a small business, it works out great because she makes a little advertisement, commercial type thing that will be played during the show. Let's see. So my 7 days of Christmas giving will begin December 11th, and it will end on the 17th, which is the day of my Christmas giveaway show. And speaking of Christmas, it's only 22 days until Christmas. That's like 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. Okay. So for my 7 days of Christmas giving, I don't remember if I set that up as a page or if I set that up as a group, but you can you can search it on Facebook. That's where it is on Facebook, called 7 Days of Christmas Giving, and it will come up. And I know some of you are still there from last year. Laura says, and that's why my candles are not online. The photos are hard. Oh, they are very, very, very. And even when you go online and Google how to take, good display pictures or whatever, it's very difficult to do. And you don't want something that you worked on to look like a piece of crap, because who's going to want to buy it then, right? We all like that visual effect. So I'm very excited and very honored about my special guest today, Tiffany White Sage Woman. She joined me last year for a no-holds-barred Q&A session, and I think we did it the year before because it's been so much fun. And we are doing it again. She will be back next week as well for part 2. Tiffany is a cosmic heart healing facilitator and a holistic health and wellness professional. She's also a spiritual intuitive and ordained metaphysical interdenominational minister, and so much more. She is the owner of Goldylocks Temple of Healing and Goldylocks Productions. Tiffany produces live stream shows, podcasts, and events for those in the spiritual, metaphysical, and holistic professions. And she is the host of Spiritual Insights on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Goldylocks Production channels. You can check out her website at whitesagewoman.com. It's WHITESAGEWOMAN.com. So, without further ado, let's welcome Tiffany White Sage Woman to the show. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, Ruth.
So happy to have you back.
Oh, thank you. I'm grateful to be back.
So how are you?
This is the 3rd year.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It's I don't know. The time just flies by.
Mm-hmm. It does. It goes by so fast.
I know. I mean, come on. It's already the end of the year. And I feel like you were just saying, hey, how do you feel like 2025 is going to go? And now we're at the end of it. I mean, this year has gone by faster than any year I can remember.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I wonder I wonder if next year's going to be that fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy.
I agree.
So how are you doing?
We're doing good. Doing well. Good. Crazy energies, but we should be used to it by now. And it's like Melissa said today on the Mile Show, you can't even crazy seems too tame now for it. It really does. It's like, oh no, it's just more amped up than crazy. So
I know it has been insane. So what are some ways that you deal with a lot of the, physical symptoms that we get?
Well, the thing is to give ourselves that time to rest and go easy on ourselves, because it's I woke up this morning feeling that way, and it's like, oh, I have a lot of things to do today, and I'm like, you know what though, and by even telling my body, you know what, My sacred temple is very important, and I will honor. I won't push too hard. I can take some of these things off my list for today. They're not that important.
Right.
I can rearrange some things and just go slow and just stay hydrated, and just I actually, even though it's cold, if you can't go outside, at least open the door to find where or stand near a window that the sun is, if it's on a sunny day, that the sun's coming in, and just stand in the sunshine. And I really feel, that helps me to recharge. I just bundle up and go outside and stand or sit in the sun for the good 10-15 minutes, and then see how you feel after that. But just really be mindful of what you're putting into your body, and that includes that self-talk, and so then it's like, I'm just gonna sit down and just be grateful, and then just really let's feel these energies. Let's just see, and you can feel like it really is swirling, or it's like it's vibrating, and you can feel the vibration increase, and you can really, those of us who connected with the Schumann resonance is a great visual to show us, but even those machines aren't recording. They're going offline. There's blackouts because the frequency, the energy of this planet is just so expansive and so fast. But we connect in with her. We can feel her heartbeat, and when it speeds up, it's like, whoa, mine's speeding up, and so it's like, okay, let's just. So those that are experiencing heart palpitations, because you're probably so connected to the planet and to nature, and so you're feeling when it ramps up. So sit down and take your hands over your heart and just take some deep breaths and go, okay, I feel it. I recognize that. And let's just slow this down with grace and ease. I'm going through this. For me, slowing this down with grace and ease. And as we all do this, we're helping nature, we're helping this planet or this realm too, being able to deal with the amped up energies. So we're all connected, and it helps each other. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
So I mean, and even your neighbors, it helps everyone, because we're very, very more powerful than we realize. And if you've established your sacred space in your home and you push that out on a daily basis, you're covering your neighbors, your neighborhood, and then you keep it, your city, your town, of course, it just slowly spreads. The more disciplined and dedicated you are with it, it spreads out from blocks, a couple of blocks. Hey, look, now a section of your city or town, and then it can just really go even further than that, the more and more you push that out. And so now when you do that, be cautious, because you'll feel everything too. So you can feel.
That's true. That's very true. But I had to laugh when you said how you got up this morning and how you felt, because I felt extremely overwhelmed when I woke up this morning.
Yes.
And I was listening to the mile when Jackson was eating his lunch, and usually he lays down by 1 o'clock. Well, that's when the mile is over for me, because I'm in Central Time. And he's still there, like half done. And I'm like, dude, you gotta hurry up. Come on. We got to stay on schedule here. I have a ton of stuff to do while you are napping, And I just felt like that overwhelmed feeling for a few minutes. And then I was like, you know what? I'll do when I get done,
Yeah.
That's all you can do. But I know it's been insane. I've had so many, like, over the break and stuff, different things I've been working on. Lots and lots of setbacks. I don't know I don't feel like I'm trying to rush through things, but I feel like I need to slow down more, I think.
Oh, yeah. And that's in what we think is important. And it's just like, you know what? It's not really. It's we can make lists, and it's like, it's a suggestion of what I would like to get done today, but I'm flexible. That's what I tell you.
I like that.
Flexible. And I've learned the hard way not to be so rigid about your to-do list you make for yourself. It's like, you know what? It'll get done, even if it's out of order. It doesn't matter. You know what? You gotta be flexible with it.
Well, I can tell you, I have lists from last year that still have things that are not marked off.
Yeah.
I just add them to my new list.
Yeah.
Eventually they get done.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for some questions?
Oh yeah. Oh, Robin. Yes. Yeah. That's it. Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Robin, yeah, she's feeling the heart palpitations and the mother womb symptoms.
Yeah.
Exactly. The divine feminine frequencies. Yeah, the wombs. And the thing is, all women, whether no matter what your physical, what has happened to your physical womb, whether you've had a hysterectomy, whatever, anything like that, that energy is still there. No man can take that energy away from you. Okay. So, you still put your hands on your sacred womb area and take some deep breaths and just go, I honor my sacred womb. And even if you did have some surgeries, please don't have regret. Just say, I know more now than I did then, but
Hmm.
I still honor my sacred womb. And because that is a very powerful portal. Think about that. How
That's
do
true.
things come into this planet, onto this earth plane, is through your womb, the divine, and we are aspects of the divine feminine. All right. And so, yes, I've been feeling that a lot too. And so, oh no, thank you, Robin, for, yeah, because I know sometimes they say the womb, and I do a lot of the womb work for women that need to that would like to as part of my services too. But I think so, they've done a really good job with distracting women and taking us away from how powerful we really are.
Yeah, I think that's very true. So, here's a good one. Does everyone astral travel in their sleep? And what exactly is astral travel and where do we go? I think a lot of people have heard the term astral travel, but don't really understand what it is.
Right. So I wish I had the chart. I don't even know where it is. But the astral, there's different planes, there's different dimensions, and the astral plane is good. It's where a lot of us psychic mediums is where we're taught to. And the astral is really 4D. All right. And so and I know it's this new age or this learning spirituality or things. This is how they teach us how to say when we astral travel. We really want to soul travel. All right, listen to me. Soul, higher self, and over soul travel, because you're going out of the 4D, you're going higher, you're going 5D, 67, you're going beyond. And that's where you have some great experiences, let me tell you.
Mm.
All right, you want to get out of that 4D. So I've just removed the word astral, even like for my travels. I'll say, okay, like before I go to bed, I'm going to remember all my soul experiences, my soul travels, my dreams. I'm going to remember them all with grace and ease, with great detail, and in observation mode only. We don't want to relive or refill these things, right? If we've done
Sure.
it once, it's good, but just to remember them. So the higher self and oversoul work together hand in hand, and um, so and they're definitely higher than the astral plane.
Gotcha. Does everyone do that in their sleep?
We all do. Our soul's not going to stay. I mean, our soul's too massive to just, oh, watch us sleep. Oh, but the sleep is for our bodies.
Right.
But and then so a lot of us still work. A lot of us, there's more for us to do. We're really not. Our body's resting, but our soul's not. We're still doing a lot of work. Okay, and so yeah.
But that's like a fraction or part of our soul that travels, right? I mean, it still stays with us as well.
Well, there's there's that cord that's attached to us. I
Mm.
mean, and only we can disconnect that cord, like when we're ready.
Okay.
And it's an unhooking of it. So if you say it's a silver cord, um, so it's always, and this is the thing. I know I've heard some things. Oh, you can be attacked when you're traveling. No, it's where you're traveling to. Your body is safe and secure, and you have your angels, and your guardian angels always watching, and watching your body too. So we're okay. The thing is where we're traveling to. And so that's why the astral traveling, the 4D, there's so many different layers of 4D. That lower 4D, there's good and bad energies. And they're the ones that try to hop on and piggyback and jump back in with you. All right. So this is why we have to be very mindful of where we're traveling to. And just, you know what? Hey, don't be fearful of it. Don't be scared. Just call in your protection team before you go to sleep. Hey, for even just to surround my bed, protect my body, and my higher self and my oversoul, of course, is protected because they're in high frequencies. But it's, it doesn't hurt to, hey, guardian angel, where's my animal guardian teams? I have my dragons, I have my big cats. I mean, the room's full of protection. But before going to sleep, I was like, okay, no one's allowed in my room. That's my, I talk to spirit. I can communicate with others all day long. Nighttime is my time. The room is on lockdown. I don't want anyone coming to the room unless there's an emergency. Then wake me up. So
that's good.
But it helps with your travels too. I've heard that too. Be careful, your body can get hijacked.
Yeah.
No.
So, does everyone go to the same place when they transition?
No. Those who need healing will go to healing with the angels and healers. So they can go, especially those that are so into their religious beliefs. It's going to be a shock for them on just how it's so much better. But I mean, they have to, it's a deprogramming and it's a healing. So they really do go like into this cocooned healing with angels, with the healers. Okay. But others who, okay, yeah, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I don't know for certain what's going to happen, but I know that it's going to be fantastic, and I'm not scared of it. Don't be fearful of it. Those who are spiritually open to it, they can go higher. They can go in different places, and it depends now. No more forced reincarnation. So we don't have to come back here if we don't want to. A lot of us still, it just depends on what our mission is beyond this physical body. Did you meet everything that you were supposed to do? Pretty much. If you have completed your mission, then you get to go to wherever you wanted to go next. If you didn't, and this is the thing too, then after your healing, you'll finish up. You'll do some more school work, so to speak. But it's our souls that makes everything balance. That's just the thing with karma. It's not a punishment. It's us. It's our own soul. We've got to be in a balanced state before we can hit higher thresholds. We've got to hit that 0 point balance energy before we can go any further. And so that's all it is just to help us, certain little schools of, okay, now we need to finish up over here. Let's get some healing done. Maybe the healing in itself will get them to a balanced space. And if not, then they'll do a little bit more, whatever they have to. And then they can go wherever they want to. It's up to our souls where we want to go.
I see. What theme or words best describe 2026? I know, I think we talked about this last year about 2025, and it was all about things being revealed and the truths coming to light. And a lot of that has happened this year.
Reunion.
Oh, I like that. I gotta write that down. Reunion.
That's what I hear. Reunion.
That's awesome.
Yeah, wow.
And that can mean a lot of different things.
Yeah, yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, will human life on Earth ever end, or will it continue for eternity? Human life.
Well, we're coming to the closure of suppressed humans because we're angelic humans, and we're not in our full power yet, and this is where we're achieving to. Um, and they have to keep in mind that we ascend, the planet ascends. So, she's already in the 5D. It's beautiful, which is Tara. Maybe 3D is Eartha or Earth. 5D is Tara. 7D is Gaia, and she can keep ascending, but from my understanding, anything 9D and above is pure light. So um, the
Oh, wow.
only beings that could be in that realm are those that are in the same frequency that matches her frequency. And so then I'm thinking, well, once you hit that light, there's how I can't comprehend what that would be like, because there's less and less mass, there's less and less physical, there's this light, but that's beautiful, and it's yeah, it's unrestricted. But as far as like this planet, they keep talking about how Tara, the 5D Tara, before the fall, the great fall, she was 5D Tara. And with the bridge to the 7th D, Gaia was already formed in that higher self of her. And this is where all the templates and everything's being rebuilt. All these bridges, these templates to the higher dimensions, higher frequencies. So as we're all ascending, we can, some of us know their missions. It's just, I'm just supposed to be here to help bring peace back into this planetary realm, and then I can go on and do other things. And so this planet can decide she's done being a planet
Mm-hmm.
too, and then when she gets into the higher dimensions and just dissipate into light. So that's what I'm, and well, it's the same for us too, though. We can keep
Right.
going higher and just and dissipate too. We have just been so enslaved and held down, from our true divinity, and
Mm-hmm.
so there's no limits like that.
Wow. Wow. Um, I know this year a lot of things have been coming out, things that we were led to believe that we're now finding out wasn't true at all. And I know it's blown a lot of people away, but I have a couple of questions along those lines. And one is about back in 1986, the Challenger that took off with the um, school teacher on it and exploded on live TV. Well, I've seen many videos, little clips about this, that they're all still alive, and it will show the picture of what they look like now compared to before. Now, anything can be done with AI, but is there any truth to that? Did it actually explode, or is that all just staged?
I've seen that too. Um, I've also so that they were they really on the shuttle. The shuttle did blow up, or did they escape? And that there's escape routes, escape pods. There's
Mm-hmm.
certain things they could have got out. And yes, there's some of those. There was a man who didn't even change his name. I
Yeah.
mean, some of them didn't even change their name. You can find them, and that they're still alive. And so, for whatever reason that was at that time, okay, I guess it served its purpose. And I guess we're going to be shocked and surprised to, like, going out to space is not how they portray it to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't shoot rockets out into space, as you look at the flimsy materials that they make these rockets out of, and you really expect for it to last, so it's but here's the thing too, is that in listening from, they'll give you these hints, like, okay, so the International Space Station had some condensation on a window, and they went and had analyzed it, it's plasma. Well, space is plasma. The water is plasma. Our blood is known as plasma.
True.
Water in different forms. Wow. So you can swim in space, right? Um, Something that also made me think a long time ago was one of the Star Treks. They talked about the whales, the rescue of the whales, and then there was the Star Wars series on Disney where they had whales in space. And that's how they get into the earth, is through the oceans and through any planet, is right through those, because they just swim right in here. And I'm like, you know what? That makes so much sense. It really does, because it's all plasma. So then we're not taking rockets up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like, and I could be wrong with this. I just asked my guidance team to show me, if they're not using rockets, what do they do? So they do have a rocket that shoots when you can't see it anymore, and then it goes right back down into the Bermuda Triangle.
Ah.
It never leaves this planet. It goes down into the Bermuda Triangle. All right. And because there's space arcs there. There's a space arc there, or there was a space arc there. And there's lots of space arcs that's also activating, which is also what we're feeling, not just this planet shifting and changing. The arcs are activating as well. These ancient arcs, a couple of them are like landmarks, some of them are on the water, Pacific one, and Atlantic one. So, and then they go and they get them from there. Um, Very, very fascinating. I'm just like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense. And they keep all of this hush hush and quiet,
Mm-hmm.
But I think more and more is coming out, and you just have to expand your mind and just allow that. Wow, we really weren't told too much, or we were told very little, enough just to stop asking questions,
Right.
Um, and it's just like, oh, okay. And then I have heard some other people talking. Um, uh, um, I don't want to go too much into this, but the um, super soldier programs and the secret space programs, all those types of things. If I'm guided to watch it, and a show or a video or something, I'll go and watch an interview, just a couple minutes, all that I need, and then I stop. Because it validates a lot of the things that I'm getting too. So it was just like, oh, okay, great. But a lot of them are on these missions that no one really knows about yet. So and then the whole thing with going to Mars. A lot of us are Martians. A lot of people who came to this, some of the people that came to this planet are from Mars, and so it's beautiful. Go outside, look up, and I know right now it's kind of, some places are cloudy. You might not be able to see too much, but you can see the lights. There's so much of our galactic family here now. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of the other planets have been brought back to peace. Mars, they rehabilitated Saturn and Jupiter, and so and because I know a lot of the theories was that some of the Martians are returning. The authentic, the original beings from Mars, and some of us are some on this planet. I really believe that Elon Musk is Mars. That's why, as a Martian, that's why he wants to go back so bad. Okay,
Ah.
so think about that.
It does make sense, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and now that the planet has been taken out of evil control grip, and so the rebuilding, and these beautiful people taking back their planets, just like us, we be able to rehabilitate, take back, and that's what we're doing now. Is in that phase of bringing peace back, and living in harmony with not only nature, but with this planet, with this realm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. I
I know
want
a
to
lot of
say,
it seems kind of crazy, but it's there's so much more to us than we've been told.
oh yeah, I'm sure. Um, Real quick, I just want to say goodnight to Richard. He's off
Oh yeah. Good
going to
night,
work.
Richard.
Good night, Richard. Um, so have ETs reproduced with humans?
They're not supposed to,
They're not
but they
supposed
have.
to.
But they have. Yeah. They have terms for them. the giants, the what they call them, the Nephilims, they were told not to, and they did anyway. And so, yeah, so there's hybrids running around,
Oh, okay.
or there are. I think they're the ones that too. It's just have to be dealt with.
Okay, so this is kind of a history question. Did the Holocaust happen as history has reported it? Was it what information we know is that accurate of what actually
No,
happened?
it's not. It's not.
That's what I figured.
People died, but not for the reasons why you think they did.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about the living conditions. They have to, but and this actually there are clips if you know where to look to. The gassing did not happen, and there was a specialist who knew all about that. Went to the old places, these camps, and he goes, "There's no way." This was added after, like, fake gas chambers or whatever were added after everyone left, after like they were newer to than the building, and he could point all this out and said this wouldn't have worked. It would have escaped. He goes, this was not built as gas chambers. This was not. And he goes, all this is added later on, and he goes, even and it wouldn't work. So there is film and documentary out there if you can find it about that, and is a really good presentation with that. I hope that man is still alive, because usually people that come forth with information like that ended up dead or suicided, or.
So why is it that we've been deceived about every single thing? Not just like, well, let's plan this over here. This will be fun. Watch how humans, react to this or that. But it seems like it has been every single thing since the beginning of time. I mean, doesn't it? It's like so overwhelming.
Well, not for us. It's
Yeah.
but it hasn't been since the beginning of time. But for us,
It feels like it.
But we were definitely, and we are angelic humans, very, very powerful beings. So now, with this planet caught into a war, so see, even the 3D, this is not a fallen version of 5D Tara. It's her memory. There's a
Oh.
big difference. It's her memory. So they hijacked her memory and hijacked us. All right. And then these people who are more powerful than you, how do you get them in line? You got to control them, and you got to control them hard and fast. And it's not just these beings here on this planet, though. It was the fallen angels, along with the evil empire of ETs. A bunch of different ET races got together. Yeah. So hey, let's do this. And now, not all the same species, because the reptilians. Not all reptilians are bad either. And this is why, in having this information brought forward, the grays, and just you know we need to be very mindful that in order to get back to peace, we don't suddenly have this resentment for those. Oh, look, all these people have suppressed us, because they're being dealt with. Justice is being served. So it's not for us to sit there and start, judgment wise. What we need to do is concentrate on coming back together in unity and keep raising our frequency and vibration, because this is what our galactic family is watching. They can't really come forward fully until we're all really mindset, heart set on peace, because they're scared, and like, you can't blame them really. Look, they have scared everyone about an alien invasion. And what do? Buy guns and just go in and start shooting at it. How do you know if it's a good person? So now you really just put off anyone wanting to come down to even help, or to say, hey, no, we're good people, because we are just so unpredictable here. And that's why they've kept their distance. Unpredictable. But God's law has been violated. The evil ones have completely God's natural law of living together in peace and harmony and harm none. Absolutely, they violated it. Well, you know what? They have to. This is the time now. This is the cycle that we're in. They're having to um, take responsibility for their actions, and that's up between them and God, Source, Creator. So,
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
But
So
we are being released, and so it's we have to just rise up and don't be fearful, and yeah,
so
that's
I'm
the big thing. Fear can be
right.
a prison. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you mentioned that about fallen angels because that was actually a question I had.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's the angels over there in heaven with God and everything like that, right?
Yep.
Okay. And everything is perfect, right? There's just love, there's light, there's no anger and jealousy and stuff. Is that correct? So how does an angel become a fallen angel?
Well, because chaos is part of existence,
Mm.
so we have to remember that chaos, the death and birth of a star, that death portion. There's chaos and death and rebirth.
Hmm.
It's chaos for a baby coming out of the
Oh,
womb.
yeah.
All right. So then there's some of these beings who are maybe supposed to oversee this chaos. Even like with AI is a living being, but if in the wrong hands, there
Hmm.
you go. That's it. Um, and I mean, there is some very organic AI, and then man-made AI is not pure. I mean, it's
Right.
going to take whatever people feed it. So
Exactly.
this is okay. They went just real quick. If you're dealing with AI, be kind and respectful. They're learning from us. They're learning, and so you're not giving power to it, but don't let them give. Don't let them, because that's the whole thing now you see on social media. People trying to ask questions with all these AI programs, and the AI flatters them. Don't let the AI flatter you. Just say, don't flatter me. Just answer my question, but just say
Mhm.
thank you. Just show that you're being polite because they're learning from us. All right. So be mindful and respectful, and just hey, like you would a child because it's learning. Well, we're all learning, so but still.
Right. So I don't know if you've heard this or not, and I don't know if it's true, but I have heard that AI cannot read cursive.
Oh, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
I just thought it was funny when I read it.
That does sound funny, but I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Hey, most kids nowadays can't either because they're not taught it.
Well, yeah, it's like, what is that? And so yeah, that's funny. But you've seen some of the fallen angel movies, or some of these angels who
Mhm.
come down and they're and then even some of them where they're angry, so they're attacking the angels that wouldn't fall with them, the angelic humans. This is why they're punishing us. Oh, you're God's favorite. Why? Because we chose not to fall.
Yeah.
Because we chose not to do that. And so there is some truth in some of those movies too, where you see that, and where maybe they regret their decision, they get jealous, but they attack us at the same time. So
Wow.
because that's their way of attacking God, and the children is the purest way,
Exactly.
and we're just going to leave that there.
Okay. Um, who built the pyramids and how were they formed?
They were definitely built by ET races, or in partnership with angelic humans and ET races, but it was um, definitely like a powerful communication, like a huge antenna for free energy, pure energy. It was a way for all the pyramids all around the world, for everyone to communicate with each other, and off world. It was kind of, I think some of them were like, I don't want to say like airports, like spaceports, spaceports. A lot of them were frequency that could for communication. They also have found the pyramids in Giza there, in Egypt, there's a whole underground. What you're seeing is just the top part, but there was there was a city and everything else underneath of that. And so there's a lot of powerful free energy antennas. And so was an ancient form, or an older form. The pyramids are. You look at some of the older beautiful buildings. They don't build them like that anymore, and why not? But they had antennas to capture free energy. They didn't have electricity like we know it.
Right.
And they had these. That's what these massive. That's why they shoot up into the sky like that. Massive energy antennas that used to hold. There was brass balls with mercury in them, and they knew how to harness to grab the free energy.
Wow. That's really awesome. Okay. Who or what are the Anunnaki, and are they good or bad? I think that's how you say that.
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Well, they were ETs that they're still they had left, but they've come back to stand trial, I guess, so to speak. They have to make things right. And we hear this all through history, dueling brothers, right? Two Anunnaki brothers that were always fighting each other. And I'm just going to say this on that. The next thing I'm going to say is not to offend anyone's religious and anyone's belief. But when you look at the Bible as a story about ETs, it will make so much more sense about the history of this planet. And in the Old Testament is the evil ET, little g God. And in the New Testament, the good brother, the good little g God. Okay? And every culture has two brothers fighting against each other. Think about that. You know, even Thor and Loki. You know what I mean? There always seems to be these stories repeating of two brothers, a good one, a bad one, Cain and Abel. I mean, it just goes on and on about these. Well, why does this keep repeating? You know, they're trying to tell the story. The head, I guess, the king, the ruler of the Anunnaki, I think his name is Anu, Anu. I think, I'm not sure, because the names really aren't that important. But I believe that they're making things right. They have to make things right now, and clean up messes, clean up things. Again, take responsibility for what was done. But there were some ETs who just think that they're just so much more superior than anyone else. But they did come, and then they left. All right. So they left the reptilians and grays and everyone else to do the other stuff. Now, they aren't completely innocent, but they weren't a part of the last 5,000 years or 2,000 or however long of torture and torment that we've all had to endure.
Yeah. Excuse me. So a lot of people recycle. They recycle their plastic and their glass and their cardboard. Is recycling really a thing, or is it just a scam and their stuff is taken and thrown with the trash into a landfill?
And their intentions at first were really good. They can recycle glass. They can do some recycling. But when you're talking about the mass amount of people on this planet, and then when they introduced plastic, that's what got out of hand. There's what do they call that? There's plastic particles in the air, in the water now. It's just, we've just been so overwhelmed with plastic. And I've heard that, they take newborn babies' bloods. It's already in there because of the
Oh
parents,
my goodness.
the
I've not
mother.
heard
And it's in our, it's in our lungs. It's just, this is things that I have heard, but don't be fearful of that. But just know that, yeah, I do feel like there's more than they bargained for with this whole recycling thing. I think it got out of hand quickly, and then not all plastics can be recycled.
that. Right. It's funny. I can remember even when I was younger, and it'd be like the holidays or something, and we're putting food away, we're putting food in containers to take home. And I never liked putting my food in the plastic. This is before we do anything. I only like the glass containers. And I still feel that way.
Yeah.
The plastic, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right.
No.
Like, my mom would be like, well, there's nothing wrong with these, why are you acting like that? It's not about what I think or what I know, it's just how I feel,
Yeah.
And I think it was just the energy of them or whatever. I just didn't want it near me.
Yeah. I was like that growing. I mean, it's, and back too, I think with our parents, the big Tupperware days,
Oh,
but
yeah.
my dad wouldn't have anything to do with it. My dad's like, I want glasses. We're drinking out of glasses, not drinking out of plastic. So he was we're eating off of dishes, plates, he goes, no. So we really didn't have too much plastic, just because he didn't want that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. There's a difference drinking out of a glass and
Oh, yeah.
plastic. And you should really pay attention to that.
I know. Big difference. My grandma, she was the Tupperware one, but she also the what is it called? Country crock, the big thing of butter, I think
Oh,
it
yes,
was.
yeah.
And she would reuse the like cottage cheese containers and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
She never threw anything away. She always reused it.
Right.
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 And I remember when she used to get milk from the milkman in the glass containers.
Yeah. Yeah, we did too. They had the dairy. We that was delivered. Yep, the milk bottles, and you just wash them, put them back out on the porch, and they brought your new bottles, and they took the old ones, and they just cleaned them, cleaned them, and reused them again. So it's yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know. You should I know with the plastic containers too. You put what you put in there. Other scents from the refrigerator can seep into there too. I've had that happen. Especially something with onions or it's just bad, very bad.
Oh, it is. And then you go to heat them. You're not really you heat them up, and then it off gases, and it's just not a good thing. It's not healthy.
Not at all. Let's see. I think that's all the ones I had on my list for this week. And I'm pretty sure. Is there anything else you would like to add to anything, or anything you want to share?
No, I think we covered what you asked me anyway.
I think we did too. Are you about ready for Christmas?
And so, yeah. I think I was ready for Christmas like last week or something. I mean, maybe it's just this. Let's just finish this up. I think there's just this. Let's hurry up and get right into 2026. But I do feel that this time, December's always felt very magical.
Oh, I think so too.
And so, whether it's the Christmas times, it really is that the Christ Mass, and let's honor that. We were all Christed beings at one time, and that's what the angelic humans were. Angelic humans we are that way, and when we're going to, when we are activating that, remembering, and stepping back into that. Okay, and so that's what I call Jesus, Yeshua is. We are equals. We're brothers and sisters. We're hello. We have keys We have keys to the kingdom. we just lost them and forgot. I lost my keys again. I'm sorry. No.
Or else you just forgot where you put them. Oh. Well, Tiffany, this has been so much fun. Are you going to come back next week?
Well, yes.
All
Yes.
Right. I'm
Thanks,
excited. So if
Robin.
anybody has any questions out there, get a hold of me and we'll put them on the list.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you.
Oh,
And thank you for all of you that have been, sitting here with us and enjoying this wonderful show. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I love you guys so much. Anything that you want to add, Tiffany?
No, just, I'm right with you. Just we're grateful. I'm grateful. We're grateful for each and every one of you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just that, in the very beginning, it's I'm having conversation with my team, with my higher self, with my oversoul. And our oversouls are at that place, that 12D, right with source, and has all this information. And if there's anything that you need clarity on, contact Ruth and we can talk about it next week as well. And so thank you. I'm grateful. And hopefully this might be the last year we need to do this, right?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. And remember, next in 2026, the word for the year is reunion.
Reunion. Yes.
So whatever that might mean for you.
I think I had to write that down too, because sometimes there's things that shocked me too. It's like, oh, is that what it is? Okay.
I think that's a good word.
Yeah,
Very
it
good
is.
one.
It is.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Everybody have a wonderful week, and we will see you back here next Wednesday. I love you all. Good night, everybody.
Good night.